those are the theories that Russia has advanced. I find them to be unpersuasive, and so I believe that this was a quite clear case of unlawful use of force by Russia against Ukraine.
So I've read that allegedly NATO troops were on the border of Ukraine and Russia. If that were true, would that increase their, I guess, success in their self-defense argument of a imminent attack?
Yeah, I mean, I've not heard that there were, I mean, that there were NATO troops. I mean, I have not heard that there were NATO troops in Ukraine. I mean, there are obviously NATO troops in NATO countries, the frontline Baltic states. Um, but every country has an army, or well, except for Costa Rica, maybe, right? Um, and the fact that like we have troops in our countries does not necessarily, meet the requirement of there being an imminent threat of attack. Canada has troops, and I don't think we could claim, well, we have to invade Canada because they have an army and they might attack us. And so the question is, was there anything that would have given Russia a credible basis for believing that NATO troops had plans to attack Russia? And I think even to state that proposition, is to recognize how absurd it is. It might be that there were troops, in the Baltics, in Poland, aimed at kind of protecting those countries against a possible further attack by Russia. But having troops in a defensive posture is not the same thing as having troops in a position, to threaten another state.